Thank you for having me to Tokyo. And thank you everybody for all the scenarios you're building and the citations. It's really exciting. The dance of communication creates reflection. It's the paper that we've used in the past, that we used to help us reflect on what we've written before. Now we have robots like Perry and Eliza at the very beginning. AI has been used many times to help us reflect on the neural discovery that we normally do. The consolidation that our brain does isn't apparent to us until we reflect. And so, what I was so surprised with is that, like Empathy Buddy, when I started thinking about context-aware computing, I realized that social feedback there, too, was completely important. In fact, it was the only time that I had performance improvements. And so I started thinking, what would be the best way to understand social feedback? Social feedback, the simplest one I can think of that I can recognize with AI is considerateness, responsiveness, and encouragement. So, what is considerateness like? It's like, welcome, feed forward. Or feedback is, welcome, gosh, your jacket needs to be taken off, doesn't it? So as we go forward, I started thinking about many ways of using these ideas of social feedback. At first, we watched social affect. We watched it through IR. When somebody stared at another person or this dog, it made a communication transfer. The dog starts barking if you look at it too long. When Andrea Locker took this video, the giggling that she did at different times in her video corresponded very nicely to when she was interested in her video and let us edit it automatically. Using HMMs, we classified things there. Using SVMs, we classified email relative to social affect. And what we found was that when we did that and colored it and put bars on it, people would respond better, that is, more, to the emails that were socially important to them. Ernesto Arroyo made a beautiful model where he used lots of different ways of deciding whether a text message should be brought in or collected with others. We made 30% better performance for people doing very complex tasks because it focused their attention and let them recognize the things that they should be recognizing from a social point of view. More recently, Raul Rajan has done some beautiful work where he's shown that if we turn on considerate system and we say turn-taking to the person that's dominant, here's the dominant person in a conversation without being communicated to. When we say turn-taking, their dominance goes away. We say something to say, the least dominant person comes up. We put it into this video conferencing system. We also found that if the computer said noisy, we got better results in terms of not distracting everybody in the meeting. We have AI agents in this system, and we built this whole scenario around that. So several papers have been written, and the one on the bottom, however, is different. This is another piece of work by Raul, where he used our reaction to social pressures to decide when maybe they should be turned off. So in driving, we took 13 different biometrics and found that pupil dilation variation, all by itself, could recognize when task overload was happening, and we could turn off the text messaging and reduce errors in driving. Very exciting for safety as well as communication between people. Yesterday, Feifele wrote a nice article in New York Times that talks about human-centered AI. I'm very excited about this. It's what I've been working on all my life, and many of you too. And I look forward to the future when AI helps us communicate with each other, work better together, and have better lives. Thank you.